Hi there, my name is Megan, and today I'm going to be talking about the differences between The Boy in the Dress, the book, and the movie. Um, so I read the book years ago and then reread it recently, and I just watched the movie tonight. Although I had also watched that years ago, but I couldn't remember either too well. So I love both, but I do prefer the book to the movie. Um, so there was one scene that I really thought should have been in the movie, but it wasn't. So essentially, there will be spoilers in this anyway. For both the book and the movie, so you've been warned. So the in the book, Dennis buys this Vogue magazine, and the dad ends up finding it under Dennis's mattress, and he's really not happy about it because Vogue is like a fashion magazine and more what would you call it, targeted maybe is the word. It's more usually has more women slash girl readers. So Dad wasn't happy that Dennis is reading this book magazine that was typically for women. So I wasn't happy about that, and it was about fashion and all this. Um, and that scene was not included in the movie, which in my opinion it should have been because it was a big part in my opinion of the book. Um, and there were a lot of different things, they added in stuff like Gareth, who was the football captain. He was in the movie more, which was fine. I didn't mind that. They did add in some things in the movie, which was pretty cool. It was some more information. Like the Darvesh's mom and Dennis's dad ended up having a wee romance in the movie, which was quite sweet. That wasn't in the book at all. And there were a few other things. Like Raj, who was the guy who owned the shop, he wasn't in the movie anywhere near as much, which was a bit disappointing because I really liked him in the book. Um, it was so funny. He was always offering these deals. He'd be like, "Oh, here, have 18 Monster Munch for the price of 16 or something," or have 8 Twix for the price of 6. It was all this stuff, and it was really funny. Also, actually, that's another thing. The movie was set during Christmas, whereas the book wasn't at all. And the first time that Dennis went into the shop within the book, um, he was well, this was when he found the Vogue magazine, and he picked that on a sports magazine so he wouldn't seem he was just buying a girly thing. And like the guy asked, he was like, "Oh, fashion magazine, what's this for?" And Dennis was like, "Oh, it's a friend for no, a friend, Jesus, a present for a friend." um who was a girl. And um then he was offering all this other stuff like wrapping paper, a card, and all this stuff, and Dennis ended up having to buy it. Whereas in the movie he was ending up offering in Christmas wrapping paper and Christmas card and all that. Well, actually, in the book, he was offering Christmas wrapping paper because he mustn't have had any birthday wrapping paper, so it was kind of funny. Um, I think there were loads of wee different things. Um, in the school, um, when he was in the dress, everyone found out a different way because it was Gareth's girlfriend, and they got into a fight because Dennis, when he was Denise, ended up getting knocked into Gareth, and then the girl pulled the wig off. Whereas in the book, it was he ended up kicking, was it maybe a tennis ball, I think, up into the headmaster's office, and he ended up the wig came off. No, actually, sorry, he didn't kick it into the headmaster's office, but he was trying to kick the ball, and then his wig came off, and also his shoe, I think. So that was a bit different. I didn't really mind that. Another thing was the characters looked a bit different. Um, Lisa in the book, she seemed to be white, I think. She had a big nose as well. Whereas in the movie they made her black. So that was cool. And then the older brother, he was like overweight, whereas in the book he hadn't been overweight, he'd been like pretty thin. So that was like two changes that they like made in the character's appearance, which was interesting. I didn't mind that, just his character appearances, who really cares? Um, I'm trying to think what else. There were like loads of differences. I'm just like forgetting them now. Um, but like there were quite a few differences between the book and the movie. I'm trying to think of another one. Oh, actually, here's one. This is one that I really was disappointed that wasn't in the movie. So near the end, see, Dennis in the book, he'd went into Raj's shop and fooled him because like Dennis was dressed as a girl, and Raj didn't realize that like the Denise was actually Dennis. Um, so when he went in his shop, like near the end, Raj was dressed as a woman, and it was great. And they didn't have that in the movie, which was like I was so disappointed because that was like a really really funny bit in the book, and like Raj wasn't able to fool them because of his hairy hands and like hairy arms and like stubble. So I thought that was like really funny, but unfortunately it was not in the movie, and missed opportunity. Um, I suppose another thing is the referee, who was played by David Williams in the movie. He was like not in the book at all, but I actually really liked that addition. That was like a really funny one. Um, then actually another thing that was kind of disappointing. This character who I liked, called Mac, he was not in the movie. Like, it was really funny because he ended up like getting a hold of like sweets and crisps and all from Raj's shop, and he was like meant to be going on a diet, so that was like funny. And as well as that, when Dennis was dressed as a girl, he like um Mac like had a crush on him. It was so funny. He like asked Dennis out because he thought that Dennis was Denise, and I thought that was a really funny bit, and unfortunately was not in the movie. So yeah, I mean there were quite a lot of differences. It was very similar though. Like there were just a few like added bits in the movie and a few bits that were like removed. Um, but I did say it was like very very like similar and close. The book and the movie. So I did really enjoy both. I do prefer the book, but I still really enjoyed the movie, and it would be a good Christmas movie because it's set in Christmas, whereas the book wasn't, so it had like no Christmas vibes or anything. Um, but yeah, I thought they're both great. I would recommend you read the book and then watch the movie. At least a TV show there. Or I mean, you could do it the other way around. Really, either way. But yeah, both are great. I would recommend them. I hope you enjoyed this video and thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye bye.